The deadly wildfires sweeping across Europe have now claimed over 40 lives. Justine Nazario reports.
Over 40 people were killed due to extreme heat waves and intense blazes as wildfires spread across the Mediterranean. Homes, livelihoods, and nature reserves in Greece and 8 other Mediterranean countries have been affected with widespread destruction caused by the fires. Despite the tireless efforts of firefighters in Portugal, Turkey, Italy, France, Croatia, Spain, and Greece, the fires have been allowed to spread rapidly due to the dangerous situation created by the scorching temperatures and strong winds. In some areas of Greece, temperatures have exceeded 44 degrees Celsius, further challenging the firefighting efforts. 2 lives were claimed by additional wildfires near 2 Greek cities, leading to the issuance of new evacuation orders. Meanwhile, the fires continue to burn on the islands of Rhodes, Corfu, and Evia. Meanwhile, Algeria is the most hit country. The death toll from wildfires has risen to 34, including 10 soldiers. The Algerian ministry said some 8,000 people were working to battle the blazes across multiple provinces, supported by over 500 fire trucks and several firefighting helicopters. As the Mediterranean continues to burn, the United Kingdom's Met Office warned that its country could be next. The UK's Met Office has issued warnings that temperatures higher than 40 degrees Celsius, along with summer droughts, grass fires, and heavy downpours, will become more frequent and severe. In response to the ongoing crisis, support is being sought by European unions from neighboring countries to combat the devastating wildfires and save lives. The priority remains on protecting communities and minimizing the impact of these destructive fires that have left a trail of devastation and loss across the continent. Reporting, this is Justine Nazario, SMNI News.
Russia's decision to withdraw from the UN-backed Black Sea grain deal last week has sent shockwaves among global commodity markets, including Egypt, a country dependent on wheat as a major strategic commodity. Yasser Hakim tells us more.
Suspending the Black Sea grain deal has been bad news for the largest wheat importer in the world. Egypt consumes more than 21 million tons of wheat a year. More than half of this amount is imported. 80% of Egypt's wheat supplies come from the warring Russia and Ukraine. Wheat is a crucial ingredient in making bread, which serves as the main food staple for Egyptians. However, the local market has not been affected by the latest developments yet.
Throughout the crisis, we haven't felt any shortage so far.
Egypt's silo capacity was raised to 3.5 million tons in 2022 from 1.25 million in 2021. The Minister of Supply has continuously reassured the public that there is no need for panic, despite the recent global grain markets developments.
Up till now, the effect is not highly pronounced. We have more than 5 months reserves, which are very, very safe and very good.
The increased silo capacity has come at a cost, as the price of wheat surged by 10% following the collapse of the Black Sea grain deal. Consequently, cash-strapped Cairo had to negotiate a $400 million loan with the United Arab Emirates to finance future wheat shipments.
But the Egyptian government has been adopting a long-term strategy to help it become more resilient against external shocks.
To bolster its food security, the North African country is diversifying its grain sources by importing from countries such as France, Bulgaria, the United States, and Argentina. Additionally, it is ramping up wheat production domestically.
Egypt announced an ambitious plan to cultivate wheat in new plots of land. The total size of the new cultivated land will reach 3.2 million fadans. These are very commendable efforts and open a door to end this issue and achieve self-sufficiency.
Officials have been supporting farmers like Mohyi Mustafa by providing them with updated technology to enhance their production levels.
State experts are giving us technical assistance, weekly supervision, laser equipment and seeds for free to use here. This type of seed double the yield on the same size of land and at less cost.
Through this scheme, the government aims to achieve local production exceeding 55% of total consumption by 2025 and reaching 70% by the end of the decade. Yasser Hakim for CGTN, Cairo, Egypt.
International efforts to transfer oil from a decaying tanker to prevent billions of dollars worth of humanitarian catastrophe have started in Yemen. Melchizedek Cadiz reports.
After not being maintained for 8 years, international organizations have warned that a dilapidated tanker stranded off the coast of Yemen is at risk of exploding and triggering one of the largest oil spills recorded in history. Built by a Japanese company in the 1970s, the FSO Safer was sold to the Yemeni government in the 1980s to store up to 3 million barrels of export oil pumped from fields in eastern Yemen. The supertanker has been moored in Yemen's west coast for more than 30 years, but maintenance operations for the vessel had been suspended since 2015 due to the ongoing civil war in the Arab sovereign state. SFO Safer's structural integrity has been compromised and is at risk of breaking apart or exploding after not being maintained for the past 8 years. The cost of cleanup alone is estimated at $20 billion. The stranded vessel carries more than 1.1 million barrels of oil, or 4 times the amount of the oil spilled by the Exxon Valdez supertanker of Alaska in 1989, one of the world's worst ecological disasters. The potential damage is enough to make it the 5th largest oil spill from a tanker in history once it explodes. According to the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, a major spill would destroy marine life, expose millions of people to highly polluted air, devastate fishing communities, force nearby ports to close, and disrupt global commercial shipping through the Suez Canal. The complex operation to salvage the rusting tanker could be completed in less than 3 weeks, according to the United Nations. Reporting, this has been Melchizedek Cadiz, SMNI News, Kuwait.